So I'm thinking about keeping that, kind of bringing that out a little bit. We'll go pretty short on the sides, clean it up, a nice line up around the side, some face framing right here. We'll bring out this shape in the front. And then we're going to keep some length in the front. I like this, but do you want to go shorter or do you not mind the length?
What would you do if this was your head of hair?
I would probably just trim this just a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe like just to clean up the ends.
Yep.
You know?
Do it.
Just a little. Keep some length up here so you have something to play with. You can even go to the side, go back.
Yeah.
To this side, whatever you want to do.
I've been switching. I was doing that, now I was doing this, and now I'm doing that.
Yeah, we'll cut it even on both sides and blend it to this front section so you can wear it on both sides. Does that sound cool?
Yep.
Cool. And your hair's thick, bro.
It's thick. It's really thick, dude.
You got this gnarly cowlick right here.
Yeah.
Just goes, pushes out. I like how you go with it, though. Right?
Well, I mean, you know, that was when normally, let's say 2 weeks ago, and for a couple months before that, I was coming back like this, and it does it, right? With a blow dryer and some heat and all that stuff, it does what I want. And then I just started pushing it this way, and so it started going this way. It'll do whatever I want it to do with enough heat.
With enough heat?
Yeah.
Use a blow dryer and brush every day?
Yep.
Product?
Yep.
What product do you use?
Oh my gosh. I've got, I mean, my whole bathroom is filled. I've got hundreds.
What I'm going to do on you right now is I'm going to give you shorter hair around the ears.
Okay.
So, because this is the part that grows in the fastest.
Yeah.
So I'm going to accentuate the fade for contrast and longevity.
Okay.
Away from the ear and burst it out to give you that face framing here.
Okay.
A little framing back here on the neck.
I like that. I like it when it, you know, comes over the ear.
Yeah. Little burst, if you will.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
So you hit a lot of education?
Yes. I'm all about the education. I love it. I teach for KMS. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm a KMS educator.
And so ideally, how much time are you traveling and how much time are you in the salon?
Well, I'm in the salon right now 3 days a week. I'm part-time.
Okay.
So I stack all my clients in 3 days.
Okay.
And I will cater to them. So if you need to come in at 8 o'clock for a haircut on a Friday, I'll be there for you.
Wow.
Yeah, so those 3 days, you know, I'll be strictly client, strictly work business, and then I'll have, you know, 3 days to play. But sometimes on Mondays, you know, I'll be out here in LA doing hair, so.
Okay.
I get about 2 days off a week. It's cool, you know. Education comes about a couple of times a month.
Okay.
Maybe twice a month.
What do you like about educating?
Like teaching?
Yeah.
I just love the fact that someone can grab something from me and take it on with them, you know, along their journey. Like if I learn something from somebody, like this burst fade, for example, from all the guys in the industry, like I was just saying, I take that with me. And then I can give that to someone, and then so on and so on. So I feel like that's really cool with the industry is that we can just, you know, keep learning from one another.
Yeah.
Inspiring one another, motivating each other. Because we're all in this together. There's no competition in my eyes, you know.
Right.
So that's why we do hair.
So why did you get into hair originally?
So in high school, I started doing, I just turned 29.
Okay.
So in high school, when I was 16 and the beginning of my senior year, I was that one kid in high school with patches all over his clothes.
Okay.
Super punk rock kid, right?
Yeah.
So after high school, we would all go to my friend's house and we would all listen to records and do each other's hair. Thought it was really fun.
Okay.
So I just went to school, Golden West College, and went to go check it out. Really liked it. Thought it was really cool. Saw all the really pretty girls in there.
Yeah,
you know? I was like, I got to be here. I was like, this is cool. I got a little tour. I'm like, ooh, all these pretty girls doing hair. It looks fun. I want to be here. So I went to go check it out, stuck with it, and ever since then, you know, I just kept going.
That's awesome.
You know, like through all like the struggles, like I didn't care. Like I used to live in Hollywood, you know, back then when I was doing hair out here, and oh man, dude, I was so poor, bro. Like I remember me and my roommate in Hollywood, we would go to the 99-cent store, and we would grocery shop. Right? We would buy groceries there.
That's right. They do sell food, right? Like packaged.
It's like the
like
leftover
4-year-old
food that no one else wants.
Right.
So we had to get that food, and when we would pay for it, we would split the bill. The 99-cent store.
Yeah.
That's how like broke we were.
Split the $10 bill. Yeah.
You know, and just like complained about giving us our change back. Like we were so broke, and you know, but I didn't care. Like I loved what I did. I kept going, and you know, and that's kind of when I want to show people too. It's like, you know, there's going to be struggles.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. But like if you love what you do and it makes you happy, you got to keep going because, you know, this is what we want to do. And no one said it was going to be easy.
Right.
So as I'm fading it, I kind of like this shape that's coming into a V. So what I'm doing is I'm just basically bursting it out into his length, which we're going to comb back. That's going to be his style. So we're going to have some length up here. So it's getting a really short fade, and I'm accentuating it down into this V back here. And when I have this length back here, I'm going to blend this into his length up top. So flow nicely, ending with a V shape, a little edgy, but just keeping it clean and tight on the sides. Just moving it up into the length to where I can blend it with my fingers. So we're almost there. This is my last clip. This is my half guard, and this guard is usually the last guard I like to end with just because it's finger length for me and I can grab the hair, which makes it easier for me to grab the hair and blend it to the top if I'm not doing clip or overcomb. So I just like to have fun with it. You know, sometimes I'll go a guard shorter, but this time Eric has very thick hair, so it's going to be kind of hard to grab that and blend with my fingers, so I got to go a little bit longer in the guards.
For anyone who wants the secret to really thick hair, Propecia and Rogaine.
Hey, that's what it is?
I tell all my dude friends who are thinning up there, I'm like, why aren't you on Propecia and Rogaine?
Yeah.
As long as it's working, I'm going to be on it forever. And I tell my friends, like, why wouldn't you do that? And they're like thinning mad. And you know, some have gotten on it, and some are just stubborn.
That is a really good idea. I didn't know Propecia did that, because I always recommend Rogaine and biotin.
I don't know biotin.
Biotin is a pill of 1,500 milligram dosage is what I recommend. It's for hair, skin, and nails.
Okay.
So maybe if you did all three,
okay,
steroid it out.
Then I wouldn't even be able to comb my hair. Do you have any advice for sensitive scalps? Because I have a sensitive scalp.
Sensitive scalp advice towards products, or
yeah.
You know what? I just like to recommend medicated shampoo and conditioners for people with either dry scalp or very sensitive scalps, especially after color treatments. I have some guys that have, you know, very sensitive scalps, and I just like to recommend a really good shampoo and conditioner that's medicated. A lot of my clients I've had, I'm like, hey, so, you know, what kind of shampoo or conditioner are you using? And a lot of them don't know. You know, they don't know the good stuff. That's our job.
Right.
And so they're like, oh, you know, I'm using Tresemme. Not to be a hater, but, you know, there's better stuff out there. That's all I'm saying. And, you know, some of them will say, oh, the worst was bar soap. I had a guy
bar
client,
soap?
I swear to God.
Come on.
I'm going to grab my nitro real quick. I had a guy client one day.
Nitro break.
Yeah, right? Some guy client I had one day.
Dude, I'm ahead of you right now, I think. Oh, no, wait, you just got ahead of me right
We're
there.
tied. We're on the same crack level.
Yeah, at least you can walk around. I have to sit here still.
Hey, my hand's shaking. That's how you know it's kicking in.
Oh, great. That's good for that bodes well for my haircut. This is on film, too.
I know, right? But no, with my guy clients, you know, I had a few that used to use bar soap. I'm like, no, dude, you can't.
That's funny.
I remember it was Irish Spring. I'm never gonna forget the day my client told me that. I'm like, you use Irish Spring, bro?
That's gonna be really drying. So what do you do to kind of boost your sales to your clients?
Well, I always give my clients the best recommendation for products to tailor to their scalp or their style. So every time I use products, I just put it out in front of the desk. I'll put it right there. And while I'm putting it in their hair, I'm saying, hey, you know, while I'm doing your hair, I'm just going to leave a few of the products out that I'm using for you because I feel that you're going to need these at home. Yeah. And I always tell them I don't sell for money, I sell for recommendations.
That's nice. Yeah. I like that. That's a good, it's a good soundbite.
And I like to always recommend the best stuff, not the most stuff. So, you know, if there's 3 products out there and they have a budget, I'm like, you know, I'll use these on you, but if you're going to have to take one home, you're going to need this. You know, I always recommend like the best. Yeah. So whatever I feel like they really need, whether it's moisture, all right, you know what, you won't need the texture cream, just take the leave-in conditioner. You know, vice versa. If you really want texture, take this. You don't need the leave-in conditioner too much. So just try to tailor best to them.
Do you ever give like styling lessons at the end of a cut with a dude?
Yeah. Actually, I always do.
That's good.
Yeah, always let them know what to use, how to use it, what to get, what to buy. You know, because sometimes they don't really know how to style their hair. So I like to make it as easy as I can. Less products, less tools, easy for them. And I just like to explain it in a way where they get it, and I think that's the reason why I really like to teach. I teach in a way where you can get it. I use words that not so many people use. I'm not so technical sometimes. I'm not so complex. I'm very simple, very easy, you know, to learn from, I feel like, because I just like to break it down to where a lot of people can understand it in many ways, because everyone learns differently, I think, you know.
All right, so where are we now in the cut?
We're going to wash you out.
Okay.
I just finished your fade, so what I like to do is I will do the dry work first, which is the fading and lining up.
Okay.
And then I will blow dry all that hair off you, wash you, and then finish with the wet.
So where do you see hairstyles moving with men?
As in?
What do you like to do, new things?
New things. You know what? I really like the fading and the detail work that's coming into fades now. I feel like it's getting a lot more artsy, a lot more detailed. Instead of just a regular, 2 on the sides and trim the top. There's where it can be like, let me contrast the back to the fade looks this way, the fade looks. Because I feel like fades kind of go off lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Like wherever the sun is coming from, it's going to fade into dark or fade away from light. That's how I look at fades personally. So I feel like when I look at a fade that someone did that I don't personally know, I can see where they contrasted the fade and accentuated the detail, whatever it is. And I just love that because the detail is what it's all about to me.
So when you say detail, are you talking about like lines?
Yes.
Are you talking about maybe asymmetry and things like that?
Yeah, exactly. So lines, contrast in the fade, like contrasting the fade itself.
Yeah.
And just different kind of lineups, like sometimes the lineup in the back, now I'll go asymmetrical with instead of just straight across.
Right.
Or I'll burst it out in the back, contrasting it towards the sides, right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you burst it out, and they'll still have a lineup. So they'll still have a frame. Instead of people getting the typical, skin fade.
Right.
It's going to look like a skin fade, but there's still going to be a frame to your haircut, which I think is cool.
Interesting.
That's like detail to me.
Right. Instead of there not being any frame because you've just cut the hair so short.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to style you, blow dry you, and then I'm going to do some detail work on you.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, I'm doing my detail work. So detail work to me is basically getting any of the tiny short hairs that I see pop out after it's already blow dried and styled and removing any excess bulk. Just because I can't see weight when the hair is wet. I have to see it once it's in its natural state. So I'll just go in and do all my detailing work very last. So it's kind of like, for guy haircuts to me, it's kind of like when there's a very precisional bob. You blow dry it, you flat iron it, it's styled, ready for show. But you see these little tiny hairs pop out of the neck. That's detail work. Same thing for guys. I do all the detail work at the end of a fade, right before I finish with the style. So this is just a little quick blending to soften up the hairs, because your hair is so coarse and thick. So from the clippers, it kind of leaves a pretty blunt line. So with the texturizing shears, it will just kind of calm that down and soften it a little bit.
That kind of sounds to me like the difference between a good haircut and just a chop shop 20-minute deal, right?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's finish with a little Suavecito.
Suavecito. I like the name.
Right? It's pretty cool.
So you're wiping off excess.
Yes. Once you see too much white on the hands, you have too much product.
Even with hair as thick as mine. It's thick and unruly.
So I'm going to put a lot more of the product in the interior and not so much on top and the front, because I kind of like the volume that it has. So we're going to just run this through. Now finish you with a little straight razor action.
Really?
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. We are going all full force today.
I was hoping to get some straight razor action.
All right, let me get my blade.
That's the detail work you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy how much a straight razor really makes a difference in the whole cut itself. Get my shave action going. You want to hear a little crazy story that happened?
Of course.
So this is why I use conditioner. One time I was working at Floyd's, and the barber there, his name's Eric. He actually owns a shop on Sunset.
That's a really great name.
Right, Eric? No, I love that name. Always cool people that I meet named Eric, right? He taught me pretty much everything I know today. He has his own place now in Sunset in Highland, Sawyer Rope and Barbershop. That place is such a cool little spot, and
Nice.
he's doing really good. And he taught me a lot of everything I know, so I just followed him, And so one day I was watching him, and he used the hot foam, that they have for the shaves.
Okay.
He put a hot foam on there, and you can't really see through the foam. It's kind of thick.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting next to him at the station, doing hair, and all I hear is, oh man, hey, you okay? And I just was like, I looked around, I'm like, what happened? And then the towels were white. So all you could see was just red dripping down into the white towel. And he's like, dude, I just cut off your mole. He slit his mole, bro, right off his neck.
That's disgusting.
Because you couldn't see it through the white foam. Right. So ever since then, dude, I just started using the conditioner. You can see through it. It's moisturizing. You know, it's a nice
Good
shave.
advice.
Yeah.
Very good advice. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, bro. Anytime. Thank you. It was awesome.
This has been fun.
Heck yeah.
Anything else you want to tell the folks at home?
Keep going. Never give up. You know, no one said it was easy, but if you want to get to where you want to be one day, you just have to keep going on that unknown road. Good vibes out to everyone.
That's right.
Yes. Definitely.
All right.
Thank you so much, Eric. Appreciate it.